day one of our 7 at 7 Rise and Shine. Very, very welcome. Namaste. And well done. You've got here, you've pressed play, you're ready to go. Let's get stuck in straight away. So we're going to come to lie down to start off with this one. And our theme today is ease in. So you don't have to lie on a yoga mat, but you want to lie on a firm surface if you can. Yeah. And we're going to come into what we call constructive rest pose. So our knees are bent, our back is nice and long, and we're lying on the mat or the floor with our hands gently resting on our low belly. So when you've got that, this is the nicest part. We're just going to wait and see what happens with the breath. Yoga is so much more than the poses. The breath is incredibly powerful. I'm hoping that when you come to lie like this and you start to just let yourself relax, that you might begin to feel a little movement of your breath in your belly. But if you don't, that's okay too. Just notice you're breathing all the time. Where is my breath? And then see if you can slow your next exhale just a little bit and find a fuller inhale then. And resist the urge to kind of force things, do things very strongly. Try and just work with what's happening already in your body. This listening is a really great skill to develop, listening to your body. All right, so one more big breath. This time you can force it a little bit. Just take a really deep breath, the biggest you've taken all day. And then as you exhale, let it go. We've started, we're not too bad. Now from here, we're going to stretch up one leg and we're just going to catch it underneath if that feels okay, or not. Hands can be down by the side, and start to move through the toes, bringing in gentle movement just into the toes. See if you can move each of the toes, and don't be surprised if you can't. Then from there, let's move into the ankle. So a lovely circle one way with the ankle and a circle the other way. Very nice. And then from here, let's stretch that leg out towards the sky and then bend the knee and draw the toes back down to touch the mat. So just opening the knee and then gently closing the knee and noticing how it's feeling today. Our theme is ease in. So see if you can move with ease. Your back is nice and long on the mat, nice and supported. Okay, the next time that you stretch your leg up, just going to lower down with like an almost straight leg or straight leg all the way down, making it long as you can to the floor. And then just with that small amount of movement that we've done, come down to lie down and just notice how the right leg feels and how the left leg feels. Any difference? And how's your breath? We're going to bend the knees again. Notice as well if you feel impatient, if that little part of you is coming in going, I could be doing something else. And just give yourself this time. Just tell her that's okay. We'll get to the other things. Yoga doesn't take your time. It gives you time. You'll feel more focused. So we're going to go over to the other side and start to move through the toes here. And then as you're moving through the toes, your attention is on moving each of the toes. Nice deep breaths. Then moving into the ankle joint, starting to circle the ankle one way and the other way. Ankles are amazing joints and they do so much work. We only think about them often when we hurt them. So it's nice to give them a bit of love. We're going to move to the knee now. So when you're ready, we're dropping the toes to the mat as we exhale, and as we inhale, stretching the leg up to the sky. And you go at your own pace. Maybe 3 or 4 of these. Now the next time that you extend your leg all the way up, you stretched it out, you're going to push through the heel again, Lengthen the leg and slowly lower it all the way down to the mat. Just hope you're feeling a little bit of more your core engaging your leg, having to work to do that. And then we can bend that knee. Now you have an option here if you're like, oh my God, this is so slow, to bring up both legs and to do your nice slow leg lower, or you can leave it out. Today our theme is easing in, so up to you. Okay. Now, if you are happy doing that and you want to do a few more of those, you can. But if you just know, I want the ease, you promised me ease, we're going to bend the knees, place the hands on the kneecaps and just start to make circles with the hips. And the leg lowering people can join us when they, have done their little core bit. And so when you've circled around one way for a while, then circle around the other way, you can have the legs open, you can play with circling just one leg. And then the other, low crow. And just playing with the range of motion there. And then when you're ready, we're going to let both of the feet just drop to the mat, plank. And here we're going to place our hands down on the floor or the mat and see if we can feel our spine really long, getting ready to start to roll up into a gentle, what we call bridge pose, Setu Bandha. So we're pushing in with the feet and then we're going to lift through the tail, the hips, and you can peek at me if you're not sure, the low back, middle back, upper back, and then gently lowering it all the way slowly back down. You can play with the distance between your feet and your hips. So if you're finding it's hard to get that support from your feet, walk them back towards you more. If you find any tightness in your knees, walk the feet away from you. And we're rolling up and rolling back down again. Maybe 4 times, maybe 3 times, depends on your pace. Really nice long breaths and slow movements here. And the option for the people who are a bit bouncier and finding it hard to go slow is to raise one leg as they lift. Just makes it a bit more physically demanding. If you're doing that, then raise the other one, obviously. Now the next time the hips come down, drawing both knees up, and we'll meet just with that lovely knees to chest. Give yourself a little hug there and say a kind thing. Yoga is about our mind and our thoughts as much as anything else. You can even just say, you're doing a good job, or you're fabulous. I was going to try and say something small, but why not? Go for it. You are fabulous. You're a miracle. Look at you. How many, electricity and liters of water it would take to fuel an AI that would have even a millionth of your genius. I know you think I'm messing, but I mean it. You are fabulous. Drop your feet. Let's roll to the side. Use the hands to support you and come all the way onto all fours. And so now we're going to make our way into our tabletop pose. The hands are spread nice and like little tree frogs, like nice and spread the fingers, and we're placing them down onto the support. Our knees are about hip width apart. We want to try and make sure our spine is long, so we avoid having a very short stance. We want to make it nice and long from our tail to our crown. And again, this looks very simple, but it can feel strong, especially if you're not used to it. Push in with the hands a little bit, push in with the knees and the feet in your tabletop. Find your breath here, and then let's start to ease a little bit again. So just circling the hips, making big circles or small circles. See how you feel. And change in the direction of your circle if you've done one way. And if you're feeling a little bit lively this morning, you might try a figure of 8 or just change it up a little bit. Super. And then slow it down and come back to the center. Spiral in smaller and smaller and smaller until you're back into center. And I'm going to show you our hair pose. This is the resting pose. It should feel nice. So you see how you go. But we're going to sink our hips towards our feet and leave our hands out in front. So with this pose, we want to keep the spine really long. And for some of us, it'll feel really nice. And for others, you might find the feet are tight. You might find the knees are tight. You can stay up a little bit higher. Or you'll know for tomorrow and bring a little blanket and put it in underneath your feet or underneath your bum. Okay, but you can come back to this pose at any time. So this practice is supposed to make you feel good and to serve you. If you're finding that any things you just be better off here, come down and do this. But for now, we're going to meet back up in table. You know the way back there if you need it. And from here, let's move into a cat and a cow. So as we breathe in, we're going to lengthen our front body to our cow pose. Let our bum lift and our heart lift. And as we exhale, we're curling our tail under, arching up through our back body and letting the head and neck move down. Pushing the hands against the floor and go at your own pace. Breathing in, nice long belly. And breathing out, that lovely arch up through the spine. Very nice. Just doing one more in your own time. And then we're going to meet back in our tabletop pose. So just on that neutral all fours pose. And from here, we're going to move into a lunge. So you have an option, the bouncy people, or if you want to give it a go, is to curl the toes under and lift the knees and come into downward dog. Okay. Or we stay on our table. It's me today. And we're going to step our right foot forward up to where our right hand is. So you might need to come up onto the fingertips if you're in all fours to give yourself space. And we're bringing that foot up so that we can come into a lunge. This foot is here, our fingertips onto the mat, little stretch into that back leg, and we're looking out in front, trying to keep the back long. Yay. Hold it for a moment. Breathe in, breathe out. And then when you're ready, we're going to swap it over. So we slide that foot back and we're back into all fours or your downward dog for the downward dog people. And then we're going to step forward with the left leg. So same thing on this side. Hope my mic is okay. Hope you can hear me. Fingertips onto the floor, lift the heart, stretch on the back leg, looking out in front. Ready to rise and shine. And then bringing it all the way back again into your downward dog or into your tabletop pose. Let's take a moment to sink back into hare pose. Just stretch it out. And then when you're ready, we're going to inhale forwards, up into our tabletop, up into our downward dog. Give it a go. Take a breath or two here. If you have any carpal tunnel or sore wrists, actually don't just come down, just don't stay in this one. And then we're going to make our way into standing. So there's an option to bring those knees back down to table. Step your foot forward, bring your hand onto your knee, maybe a hand onto the floor, and to curl the toes in the back and bring yourself up into standing that way. Or the yogi people who are used to it can step forward from their downward dog. But we're going to meet in standing. All right, gorgeous. How are we for time? Nearly out of time. All right, so we're doing our mountain pose now, which our legs are about hip width apart, and our arms down by the sides of the body. Our back is nice and tall. Lovely. And then from here, we're going to bring our hands together at our heart center, bend our knees so we come down. I'm going to come over here. And then we're going to stretch up and open out. Okay, So bend the knees, sinking in a little bit like a little mini squat, and then stretching up and open out. All right, bending the knees, sitting in as you exhale, and as you inhale, gorgeous. All right, taking the feet now, really nice wide stance, and bringing the hands onto the hips. I want you to feel like you're strong here. We'll bend the knees a little to sit in. Yeah, a little or a lot, depends on how you're feeling. This is our goddess stance. Hands to the heart, open them out into these cactus arms. Look at you. Yes. All right, we're going to sit down and then we're going to explode up like a rocket into an X. Shine. So you rose, and now I hope that you will shine. So just to end the practice, invitation to move back down onto your mat. I'm hoping that you feel like, oh, that wasn't a lot, I could do this, and that you're dying to get back into it tomorrow. So come back down onto your mat and sit, or you can sit in a chair, but come to sit. Close your eyes. Bring one hand to your tummy and one hand to your chest. And I'm hoping that even that just bit of movement, you might feel your heartbeat. Breathe in, nice deep breath in. Breathe out a nice slow breath out. Breathing in and out through the nose, if it's okay for you. We're just going to take 2 more breaths here. And then bowing your head to your heart, think about your own day and you today, what you feel, what you need. And is there a special intention or something that you'd like to honor? Bring it in, say it to yourself. And then gently blink open your eyes. Well done. So today was E for ease in, and you have your first day in the bag. Could you? I'm Claire from Yoga with Claire in the Joyful Yoga Academy. I will see you tomorrow, I hope, for day 2 of our 7 at 7. And day 2 is about prana, which is energy. So can't wait for that one. Talk to you then.